You weren't as pretty as your pictures to be aged, lol.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Hello friends, trace amounts of science. Do you know the nice guys are still out there being nice to people? Expecting things in return for a basic level of human decency? Yes, I opened the door for you. Now you owe me 3 kids and a white picket fence. Or more realistically, probably a trailer and an emptied out kiddie pool in the front where all the dogs poop in. So yes, expectation is, of course, the mother of disappointment, and we're going to see that exhibited over and over today as we take a look, yes, into Nice Guys. Thanks for joining me. Wave emoji! Oh, I just wanted to say hi. Well, hi then. Apologies though, as I don't know who this is. No problem. Didn't mean to seem like a weirdo. This is blank, so-and-so's friend. We met the other night at the blank place. Oh, right. My beer buddy, haha. What's going on? To be honest, I don't even remember exchanging numbers. Yes, there's a reason I did not want you to have it, you see. That's probably because we never did, lol. Hope you don't mind. I got your number from person. Told him I left my hoodie in your car. That's probably a tactic on his behalf. Maybe it's not really girlfriends out there stealing all the sweaters. It's dudes leaving sweaters at the girlfriend's house so they can come back later. Although these people are obviously not boyfriend and girlfriend. Beer buddy, though. Some level of acquaintance, maybe. But yeah, OP didn't want him to have the number. And I'm quickly seeing why. OP says, okay, gotcha about the hoodie thing. My husband has the car right now, but I can check for your sweater when he gets home and let you know. Okay, thanks. That'd be great. So, how did you and your husband meet? Lucky guy. This conversation's over. I'm only addressing the sweater thing. Your sweater's not here. Don't text me again. OP says, haha, that's sweet. I think we're both lucky, to BH, but we met in place that was redacted. Oh, I like that. God, I'd love a spicy Latina. Oh, no. It's probably not the way you want to go with it. She already threw up the husband as a blockade, and still he's like, I'm gonna hit you with these adult video keywords. Spicy Latina.
I just love Latinas, Sonic. What? Adios, amigo.
Dude, you were so early into this conversation to even attempt something like this. What the fuck are you doing? I'm in pain. I'm in pain now. OP says, look, I'm sure you didn't mean anything by it, but in the future, I'd refrain from referring to strangers by ethnic stereotypes. Just a tip. So fucking funny. But anyway, my husband should be home within the next hour or so, and I'll let you know for sure if we have your sweater at that time. Take care. OP just laying it down real flat. I like that a lot.
I laid my game down quite flat.
Dang! Meow! Exactly the kind of thing I was talking about. Not afraid to speak your mind. It's very hot. Yeah, I do this just to entertain you. Not because these are actually my interior thoughts and I'm trying to clue you in a not so subtle way. It's for you. Just text it back, say the sweater's not there, block the number. If the sweater ends up being there, just burn it. That's fine. Wanna know a secret? You don't really have my hoodie. I just kinda thought I felt a vibe between us. Dude, this is so weird. What the fuck are you even talking about? OP says there was no vibe, just friendly conversation and basic politeness. Does your girlfriend know you're texting me right now? Why you gotta bring her into this? Scandalous. OP says, oh, I haven't brought her into it, believe me, but I will. You lying to get my number and reaching out to me like this is completely inappropriate. Please, don't contact me again, and please, never go this to anyone else in the future. I hope I will is a promise and not just a threat because, you know, dude's girlfriend does deserve to know, doesn't she?
Oh, I get it now. You just S-ducking bitch.
What?
Don't flatter yourself. Why would I want your ugly ass? My girlfriend's better than you in every way. You got no hips and no butt. You're looking like a 10-year-old boy. Except for those massive titties.
My super stuffed up milkies. My hunger bonger doinky boinkies.
What the hell is going on right now?
That's the only reason any dude ever wants anything to faux with you. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, don't get it twisted. I'm from the streets. I learned that from Rocket Power. Remember when the squid totally beefed it?
Well, that and how ugly you are. I just assumed you'd jump at any opportunity to step out on your dorky vanilla man, and gross bitches like you can't get many chances for a high-value man like me. I was doing you a favor, ugly.
I don't know if I believe any of that. This is such a desperate act, friend. Why have you chosen to go this way? OP's not gonna take it lying down because she's a spicy Latina, remember? So, let me get all this straight. Your girlfriend clearly doesn't want to bang you, smart lady, so you decide to cheat on her, but you're unaware of how pathetically unfuckable you are. So, you know, not to waste your time trying it with attractive women. I can't even comprehend how much it must suck to find yourself forced to hit on ugly, desperate women and still get rejected. Just incinerated. Why on earth would you tell on yourself like that, bro? Holy shit, that is grim, my dude. He just says,
Hey, shut the fuck up!
does it keep you awake at night? I love this. OP digging in with both claws and I'm living for it. Or, if you do fall asleep, does it haunt your dreams that even ugly women, even women that are built like little boys, find you too repulsive even for a text? It's too perfect. Like, are your dreams just you coming across a two-headed, scaly, toothless, chain-smoking octogenarian and be thinking like, damn, this be a sure thing, only for her to be like, no, sorry, I don't find you attractive, barfing emoji. This text message string is going to live in his head rent-free forever. And it brings me such joy.
For real, shut the fuck up. I'm not even playing with you. Just block me already.
Yeah, please end it all. No, I'm not gonna do you that favor.
You stupid bitch. You can't even take a joke. You gotta take shots to places it doesn't need to go.
No, you. Wind it back. Figure out who violated the social contract first, and it's you. Like 3 or 4 times over before she finally unloads. And it was beautiful. Maybe it hurts, but it needs to sink deep into your soul. OP says, nah, I don't think I will block you. In fact, I will be sending this to person that gave you the number, and I am sorely tempted to send it to your girlfriend as well, but since I don't really know you or her, I'll let those that do make that decision. Feel free to keep humiliating yourself in my DMs, though. You have to forgive me if I no longer respond. Free entertainment is tough to come by these days. And then he says, end yourself! My goodness. That is a boatload of cope. But there seems to always be room for another loving spoonful. He's gonna need a lot more after suffering that literal verbal assault that was unleashed upon him by OP. Basically did nothing except call it exactly how it is, and just, he was decimated. There was nothing left. That's just too wonderful. I hope he learned something, but yeah, he didn't. Oh well, next post. Muscle man assaults woman at Thai gym for rejecting his advances after he trained her for free. Yeah, you think I did this out of the goodness of my heart? He's just roid raging. Is that what's happening? He's like, I gotta get ripped for this 8 out of 10 cutie pie at my gym. Make my next shot a double. I don't know if that's how steroids work, whatever. Footage of a woman being assaulted by an insanely muscular man was shared by Twitter page Red Skull. The incident took place on April 15th, a Monday in Thailand, where she was assaulted after allegedly rejecting his advances. They wrote, the messy story of a muscle man. The giant man was training the woman for free because he thought she had feelings for him, but in fact, she was just looking for a friend to help her train, so he got angry, grabbed the woman, and threw her onto her head. They're both Chinese, and the incident occurred at the Muscle Factory gym. Bro, that's pretty fucked up, honestly. Like, yeah, maybe she did string him along or something, but you can't just throw people across the room like this. That's not how we solve it. If you'd like to have a verbal joust, I'm more than open to that. But just you make me angry, I go punch? That's not how society was built, okay? Let's have an exchange of ideas, shall we? Anyway, the muscle man was standing closely behind her as they discussed something, and suddenly, in a fit of rage, the muscle man grabbed the woman from behind and threw her on the ground, resulting in her hitting her head against a door frame. Jesus. The muscle man then offered to pay the woman 20,000 baht, roughly $550, in compensation for his actions, but he has not made the payment. Yeah. Don't sue me, I'm totally gonna give you money, eventually. I gotta buy a little more creatine powder first. The woman has yet to be paid. Damn, the guy's name is Anthony Hu, and he is now looking for a new gym to train at. Also, please warn women about him, they added. Did this happen in China, or are they both like Chinese Americans? I never met a Chinese guy named Anthony, but what do I know? The fact that monetary compensation was enough to keep him out of jail, especially if he hasn't paid it yet, that's insane. Let's file some paperwork, shall we? Aggravated assault. It's in the bag. We have the footage. Did watch it. It's brutal. Can't show it on YouTube, though, so... you can look it up if you are that curious. It's a couple steps below, like, a cartel beheading, but it made me wince physically. Like, ooh! It sucks, man. She apparently trusted him on some level, and yeah, that makes it cut a little deeper, doesn't it? To wipe away the memory of that terrible happening, here's some incoherent rambling.
Hey, you freaking women! We freaking give you a mile and you freaking take your freaking mind and turn it into right away. We are freaking you over. Huh?
It doesn't even make sense. What are you talking about?
Screw me and a nice guy. You're all con artist bloodsuckers.
Wait, stop, come back. I have this opinion that it applies to everybody, okay. Well, you don't really understand nuance, do you? Maybe you got played a couple times. I mean, it does happen. Only solution to that is to get better at the game. Here's something more text-based. I like these better. I just dumped a really sweet guy, and I'm heartbroken. 28 female. No, I made the right call, but he was a genuinely good man. Kind, funny, handsome, committed, intelligent, hardworking, helpful around the house, and more. I thought about giving us a second chance so many times, but I knew that I would just make it worse in the long run. Is this a LARP post written by some sort of incel to give everybody else the idea that they should just give up as well?
The dude provided everything, but I left him and it's my fault.
I guess we're not even into the post. Okay, I'll reserve judgment. Continuing on. We met on a dating app and there were some initial hurdles. We're different races, different religions. He's Hindu, I'm atheist, and his family is much more conservative than mine. Neither of us cared about these differences though, and we dated heavily for a month. By heavily, I mean, he told me he loved me on our third date. I met his family and there was talk of marriage. The romance was a whirlwind, and for a second there, I thought I finally found my man. Yeah, aren't you glad you came to your senses? That's the reason you think he's kind, funny, handsome, committed, all this other shit, because you've only known him for a month. That's not any sort of commitment, is it? Dated heavily for a month. Oh, okay, then that's really easy to walk away from, isn't it? OP says, but that's the problem with rushing into things. Sometimes you get so caught up in the excitement of a happy relationship that you fail to realize that you two aren't actually all that happy. Yeah, and this is a month in. This is about as good as it gets. OP says, we argued almost every time we hung out, usually about men versus women for some ungodly reason. How about men versus bears? Did you have that argument yet? I don't know what he thought he was going to accomplish by constantly telling me how easy women have it, but what he did accomplish was pissing me off. See, that's not a very nuanced view either. There are advantages and disadvantages to both sides. OP says, I actually did agree with him on some points, funnily enough. Like I said, we met on a dating app, and I know from talking to my guy friends that getting even a single match as a man is a Herculean feat. And if you do get a match, you'll generally text for a couple of days, only to get ghosted. Women have it rough too, of course, what with the sausage selfies and threats and creeps, but I'd rather wade through a sea of rude men than get nothing but radio silence. And I tend to agree. OP says if he left it at that, maybe we could have worked it out, but he was relentless, almost obsessively so. On our first date, he told me, women only pursue the top 10% of men. To which I said, then why am I on this date with you right now? Damn, dude. Neither of us is top 10%. We're regular people looking for a regular relationship. He's trying to pull you into his delusion. If you agree that women only date the top 10%, that means it's in the top 10%. All of a sudden, only 10% of men ever get a relationship ever. He would also bring up the fact that women only date men who are over 6 feet tall. Yeah, I'm taller than him by several inches. Whenever he'd do this, I'd gesture between us and say, what about us? What about me? I'm right here disproving these facts about what women want. Then he'd tell me that I'm obviously an exception. Ladies, I'm not like other girls, apparently. I swear, sometimes it sounded like he wanted dating to be hopeless. He does. He doesn't want to believe that any of this is his fault. The reason he's unsuccessful in the dating market is a list of things that's really beyond his control. It's not what's inside that's driving people away, it's what's outside. And I can't change the outside. Might as well give up. I see where he's coming from because, yes, we see it on the channel every single day. Neckbeards, incels, nice guys, whatever, sort of the same mindset. So a few days ago, OP decides that she's gonna break up with this dude. I'm sure that's gonna go well. He left for a week-long work training today, and my original plan was to break up with him when he got back. We weren't gonna be able to see or contact each other for a while, and he was away and busy, so I figured after a week apart, it would be easier. You're insane. What? All this built-up lust and longing, only for him to finally see his milady and her to be like, yeah, it's not working out. No, do it right before he leaves. Then he's got some time to recover away from everything. I'm pretty sure I have the right answer here, but you gotta choose what you choose, you know? I was gonna tell him that we're not quite right for each other, and it's really no one's fault. It's better that we figured it out now before we wasted months or years of our lives on a relationship that's close, but just shy of perfect. Or worse, get married only to realize that it's not working. Yeah, but then he can insist that you go to therapy and try and patch things up. If you guys have a kid together, then that'll definitely fix it. I think OP's right getting out. Clearly you don't click. And even aside from that is the fact that both of you seem like way too emotionally immature. They're like, yeah, it's been 1 month. Let's sign a legal contract together. Cool, great idea, yeah. We could argue every day, it'll be perfect. OP says, well, all that went to shit when we were at dinner last night, and he, again, brought up how life is so much harder for men than women. And I admitted I fucking snapped. We started arguing as we drove back to my house, and by the time we got there, I just told him to leave. It was ugly. He cried, I cried, he begged me to let him stay and to just come cuddle with him and let all this blow over. I was tempted because he's really great in every other way, but as the person with more relationship experience, I knew what I had to do. I don't understand why that thing is so central to his personality. Like I said, it's not conducive to a nuanced view. Yes, sure, men have to go and die in wars sometimes, but sometimes women have to push out a bowling ball through their vagoo. One occurs way more often than the other, I'm just saying. You just got dealt different hands. So what? Each of you needs to try and understand where the other person's coming from. Anyway, OP says to him, one of the reasons why this sucks so much is because you and I are almost right for each other. If I were 5 years younger, I probably would have stuck it out with you. I've known people who stayed in so-so relationships for years because there were just enough good things to balance out the bad, but I'm a grown woman now, and I can tell when something isn't quite right. I mean, if you're looking for the quote-unquote perfect relationship, you're really never going to find it, but you make the call, I guess. OP also said something along the lines of, you keep saying I'm the exception to all these rules about women, but what happens when I stop being the exception? What happens when I do something you don't like and you decide that I'm exactly like all other women, actually? And of course, he argued with me, but when I asked him point blank if he thought I was wrong about us being, quote, close but not quite there, he admitted that he agreed, and then he packed up his stuff and left. Well, damn, that actually sounds kind of civil. Aside from, like, the ugly crying and stuff. Kind of surprises me, actually, over a 1-month relationship. How young are y'all? OP says, to make all this worse, I was his first everything. His first kiss, his first partner, his first real girlfriend, the first girl to meet his family and spend the night, which was a huge deal. All of that, and now I've broken his heart. He sent me a really sweet goodbye text saying that he's glad I was his first in so many ways, and that he wishes me well, and I feel like a monster. I can't help wondering if I did the right thing. You definitely did. You both have work to do on yourself. You could have just, like, hung out, vibed with each other for a couple of years, you know? But no, it had to be this very specific thing, and you had to put a title on it. And then, of course, he had to go off into the woods and start gender wars constantly within his own marriage. It's just crazy. What are you talking about? After 1 month of being together, I could never presume that you know each other. The real mask-off, grizzly, leaving smears in the toilet bowl type of look at each other. You know what I mean? Is this one of your bad habits? Well, yes, it is. You guys were both dating like an idealized version of each other that just doesn't exist. But I'm glad you got some real life experience out of it. I'm glad you didn't sign a lifelong legal contract. Because that would have been the biggest mistake. But yeah, sometimes we dodge bullets in life. Good on ya! we both learned from it, I presume. Anyway, here's the next one. Your roll is too slow. Mine's too fast. I thought we could meet somewhere in the middle. I adore you, but you aren't honest. Nothing about you's believable. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. Trauma, maybe? You're nuts. Cool, yeah, we're just dropped into the middle of this. I don't know where the hell it's coming from, what it's supposed to mean, but considering where it's posted, I'm going to guess we're seeing a bit of projection here. I meant nuts, by the way. Someone offers you happiness, and you won't accept it? Who has the time for this kind of bullshit? I don't. I'm enamored by you. I do like you, but you're way too hung up on yourself. Very, very selfish. I just can't with selfish people. Yeah, because there's only room for one selfish person in a relationship. And if you're asking which one between me and wifey is the selfish one in our relationship, I'll tell you point blank that it's me, and you probably won't be surprised at all. It sucks for you. You'll never be happy. That's obvious to me. Good luck. Yeah, totally. Whatever. Bye. OP says, keep playing the victim. I don't even know why you'd reply, first of all. Let him have the last word. That's fine. I grant it to you. You'll find that doesn't get you far. Scroll back. Look at how many questions you asked of me, how much you know about me. I'm not the least bit insulted by your rant. You don't know me, therefore you can't insult me. If it makes you feel better, go ahead, because I've dealt with worse, none of which you've inquired about while you whine incessantly about your daily struggles. I wish you best, and as someone who can commiserate, I choose to rise above and celebrate. How many questions did you ask about me? Well, you're not really disproving the self-focused selfishness thing that was laid upon you, OP. But I do take your point, because this dude seems bitch-made. You don't double text. This dude's like, septuple texting. It's ridiculous. I say let him spin off into oblivion. I don't need to address any of that shit.
Weird dude replies, "Damn it! I am so weak. I had no intentions to come crawling back to you and seek forgiveness, but my brain will not forget you. So, fuck, man. It's like a spell has been casted over me. I purposely deny myself happiness. Why do I do that?"
I don't know. Go talk to your therapist about it. What the hell is this?
Okay, you are not too busy for me. I bet you have responded to emails and texts today. That's my point. You're never going to be happy because you won't allow a man to love you. That sucks so badly for you. Grow old alone. That's obviously what you want.
This is just like such an incoherent, unhinged tangent. There's nothing to really grab onto. We're just jumping from subject to subject and presuming that I can piece together any of it. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. If the options are you or growing old alone, hell yes, I'm growing old alone. Luckily, there's lots of fish in the sea. And a lot of those fish don't need to be on antipsychotics.
Enjoy the fuck out of being alone. So dumb. I have just moved on. It's not that hard for me to attract women. Never has been. But you act like you're God's gift to this world. Way too much effort for me, lol. Good luck with that shit.
I think him sitting there just screaming, "You will never be happy, you will never be happy," is like a self-fulfilling prophecy for himself. There's just some dark magic that he has casted. He said it against other people so many times that it has become fermented into his own reality. I'm glad OP didn't respond because, yeah, you're never gonna win with this. Block it or set it to ignore or whatever. That's what I love is muting people. You don't know that I can't hear you, and you just sit there screaming forever. Sometimes you can go check on it just for some funsies. Feels good, man. Like your own little freak show in your pocket. Anyway, this guy says, "Hey, hope you're well." OP says, "Thank you. Hope you are too."
Well, I gotta say, wasn't thrilled at how you stopped talking to me and treated me. You went full 180 on me, but better in the long run. Just wanted you to know it sucked and I did nothing to deserve that from you.
Yeah, sure, whatever. You didn't gotta say any of that. You chose to. And it makes you seem like a sad, petulant child. Just be cool. Go with the flow. Whatever, you don't want to talk no more? That's fine. OP says, "You're still hung up on this? I set a boundary with you, someone I just met. I don't have time to talk with you. I don't owe you my time, and we have no commitment to each other." Yeah, a little line in the sand. I'll get back to you when I can get back to you, if I feel like getting back to you. If I can't or choose not to, don't get all caught up in your fucking feelings about it. How's that fix anything? Move on. It's life. On to the next. Anyway, Weird Guy says, "Bravo for showing your age."
What the hell is even that?
Yeah, I have a job and other things to do. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm dating someone else, but just talked about people we've dated/flirted with, and I was just like, she does this to me, she does it to everyone, so why not tell her so she's aware? I'm a good man. I don't need to be talked down to, especially by you. And you're right, you owe me nothing but respect as I gave it to you. Peace out, kid.
That's right, kid. I don't know if that insult really even sticks, because the kids that I know are more likely to cross boundaries than set them, but whatever makes you feel better, you know? Just keep your ego intact, that's what's most important. OP says, I don't think you know me well enough to know how I treat everyone. We've never dated, and ultimately, we hardly know each other. You should just focus on your new partner. I wish you the best. And also die in a fire. What? Who said that? Not me. There is no new partner, okay? He's still looking for online women to while away the hours with. Strung along by the prospect of romance, only he's way too weird and creepy to ever attain it. And yeah, vengeful, just hate-filled. Weird and creepy you can almost kind of work past. But hate-filled is a real problem. Here's a post from Facebook or something. The struggle of being so into a girl who's so lost about the direction of her life currently, she's not even concerned about relationships at the moment, is real. I'm being as supportive as possible and trying to be as helpful as she needs me to be, but at the same time, it also sucks. Yes, being supportive, obviously with no sort of expectation. I don't expect any sort of reward or compensation for the time that I've invested here. Oh, really? You didn't? Because you kind of implied something else. You can see right through this, right? Nobody liked your post. Delete it. Get off Facebook. Shut up forever.
Nobody even wants you here.
There's my advice. Bye-bye. This guy says, hey, you. Hey, how you doing, X? Having a good night, X? Oh my God, catch a clue. Did I do something wrong? OP says, not really. I just want to meet people for longer than 2 minutes. Sorry. He says, yeah, I know, I'm the same. I was just always busy with work when we met. That's my only thing. I have my own house now, etc., so we could actually hang, etc. X. Yeah, that sounds awesome. How about you go hang dong all by yourself? Maybe buy a cantaloupe. Fill it up with champagne. Fill it up with foul soup. Take a little sip. I don't know what I'm actually saying, but it'll keep you entertained. OP doesn't say that. She says, I know. I have my own house too. I just don't see the point of meeting to be unsatisfied. I'll satisfy you. Don't worry. I ain't gonna let you down again, X. A little bit of the old erectile dysfunction, huh? Got a little caught up in your own head and stuff like that. Don't worry, son. Happens to the best of us. But if that's the case, you move on with your dignity intact. Never bring it up again, and probably she won't either. Crawling back on all fours with your dick between your legs, that's just... that's undignified. Come on. How about I come see you right now, and if I can't please you, you block me for good, and never speak or see again, X. Guess button. Not. Ugh. Fucking simp energy is off the charts with this. What are you talking about? You disgust me. You sad, pathetic excuse for a man. Don't worry, I can say that. He only gets a boner when he hears that said in a woman's voice. OP says, no, I shouldn't have to ask for a modicum of pleasure or to feel like it's not worth your time. Oh, it wasn't ED. He's just a two-pump chump, huh? A little bit of a pre-ejaculator, huh? I mean, that happens too sometimes, I guess. For some reason, he's really trying to wind this one back around. He says, yeah, you shouldn't have to, so let me give it to you. But I suppose you like being treated like crap from other guys instead of someone genuine. Oh yeah, smooth move. That was the best line you could have said to get back into her good graces.
You're just ruining it. Look at my lips, you're ruining it.
She says, oh my gosh, this isn't an opportunity for you to be a nice guy. You're just selfish in bed, and I called you out. But yeah, good luck to you. This is what happens, hookup culture L's. He says, you're the first person to say I'm selfish in bed. Maybe you need a review on that. Yeah, thanks but no thanks, Chief. Call me out all you like, but it doesn't hurt me, 'cause I know my magic just didn't have it with you those times. Nerves, everything. Yeah, his mojo wasn't working, baby. And if that's the case, head up, move on. There is no redemption arc, okay? It wasn't good the first time. I don't think it's gonna improve from there. She says, okay, maybe it's because everyone else knew you would get bitter about it and lash out.
The hell? You don't know me, bitch.
Ha ha ha. The ha ha is really believable at the end. I'm having a good time here. I mean, you must be on some level. That's why you keep doing it to yourself. Is it like a degradation thing? I think it is. At not even a single point did he consider like, gee, maybe she's right and I shouldn't be such a selfish lover. How could I get mine before she gets hers? OP doesn't even seem all that disappointed about it. You just swipe into another dick from the grab bag. But this dude, yes, he got a poor review and it shattered his whole world. If you were really interested in success, you'd take this on board for next time, but it won't.
Hurts the ego too much, you know? Anyway, next post. OP! It's me. I just want to sort things out. I don't want any issues. I know I was immature as fuck at the party, and I'm sorry.
What happened at the party?
It was your party, and I understand now sometimes things don't process for me in the moment. I think we should talk and get rid of these hard feelings that we still clearly have for each other. I just want things to be at least neutral. I want to see the new movie that we've been talking about. Nothing? So it's clear you don't want to try, I guess.
Yeah, so stop. It's over. Just because it happened at a party doesn't give you an excuse. It's a thing that's happened. We can't both agree to ignore it because other people also saw it. I do want to know what happened for real, though.
Hello? Can you say something? Do you even care? You're fucked up for not saying anything, man. I'm just trying to fix things and you're simply showing that you don't care.
Yeah, I don't owe you my caring. There's no investment here.
Friend feels stuck in the middle, and she doesn't know what to do. You're putting her in an uncomfortable spot by not responding when I'm trying to fix things, OP.
Now you're just dragging other people into it?
Silence is only going to cause more problems in the long run. I give up fast. I have little patience.
Well, that's good news. Then I feel like I can weather the storm. Sure, send more things. It's fine.
I know you're active. You can open my messages. Don't be shy. Nice job. Digging your grave deeper.
Is that a threat?
Hey, buddy. You don't need a restraining order. I don't want to talk to you anyway.
I love this. No response. Just let him spin his wheels. It's perfect. It's the post that I've longed for ever since I start reading Nice Guys. Radio silence. Just watch him boil.
You don't need to restrain me from something I don't want anything to do with, lol. You sure did a good job giving me this chance, because Fred can really see how genuine you are with your fake-ass lies, saying how you want to hang out with both of us at some point, when really you don't even give a fuck. Nice job burning more bridges. You tend to be good at that.
I mean, you were the one that started this whole conversation by apologizing for acting up at the party. So when the question of who actually burnt this bridge comes about, yeah, I'm more liable to say this dude, probably, that felt he had to open the conversation by saying, hey, look, I'm sorry. I know I said some weird shit. Ridiculous. I'm so glad OP didn't reply, though. For real, it's the best move you can make. I don't have the mental energy to spend on whatever the hell you just said. Bye. In this one, OP says, if we hang out, it has to be in a more neutral place. He says, we can hang out when I don't have my son. I could come to your place, or we can go out. Maybe we could go out and see how it feels in a neutral place. Yeah, and also, you don't want this fucking guy knowing where you live. Oh, for sure. To be honest, I'm just looking for friends with benefits. I got too much going for me and going on to commit. Yeah, I'm a big important man. I take big important poops. What do you want? Well, your profile says you're looking for something long term. I'm not looking for something extremely serious because I don't know what my life will bring, but I'm not going to play with a person and be played. He's lying. He's not looking for friends with benefit. He's looking for whatever he can get, honestly. That's just more of the vibe that you're giving him, I guess. Of course, he's probably misreading that vibe completely. The actual vibe is, get me the fuck out of here.
Dude says, I mean, I want a serious relationship and to end up in a marriage and live happily ever after, but you aren't sure. And to me, if you aren't sure, well, that just insinuates that you want a friend with benefits.
See? He's revising his whole shit based on what you do. He doesn't know what he wants. He's just looking for a crumb of punane.
So, am I supposed to go out and take you out and spend my time and money taking you out for a chance that you might want some temporarily?
You make it sound like your time and money is such a valuable resource that you're giving in exchange for nothing, when my time and money is also very valuable. Oh yes, look at both of us. We're both very valuable people. Well, it seems like both of you value yourselves more than the other person, which is fine, which is natural. But that also means that we shouldn't continue with this relationship, right? OP says, I know for sure that I won't promise anything long-term to a person that I don't know yet. I can get to know a person, but I can't offer more than that.
Well, I also think you're a beautiful and positive person, and that I enjoyed your injury, and I hate that you got to see me at my worst because I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm very tired because I've had my hands full. I'm actually a really genuinely humble and sweet person with a lot of interesting experiences and stories, and my world is bigger than most people I've encountered here.
Yes, I'm so much better than them. Won't you accompany me because I said so?
I'd like to meet you for dinner one night and sit and talk and try again. Girls haven't been very nice recently.
Yeah, wonder why that is. Is this the problem with all of them and not with you at all? Uh-huh.
It's hard to decipher their intentions, so I have a guard up. I apologize if I categorized you into that. Thank you so much for making the long drive after work. I apologize I did not get the time to put more into dinner, and my child was being difficult. I truly do apologize for the awkwardness. I felt ashamed and embarrassed. Company, not injury.
Did you serve her leftover macaroni? Fed the kid some antihistamine to pass out, but instead he took a little too much and tried to stay awake, and he started telling your girlfriend all about the Hat Man? He saw the Shadow Hat Man! OP just says, yeah, let's see if we can work out something. I'm about to go to bed. Good night. Damn, that's the brush off, bro. It's time to start reconfiguring your game plan. I think this one's already a lost cause.
But he ain't giving up quite yet. I don't know. After thinking about it overnight, let's not talk again. Take care.
Hey, there you go. Mutual parting of the ways. Beautiful. That's the whole post, right? Oh no, it goes on? Oops.
You weren't as pretty as your pictures to be aged, lol.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Wow, dude.
Gotta get that last shot in before
He's on the way.
you use MySpace ankles. Your butt's too big, your boob's too small.
Just like anything he could do to give one last poke. Because he didn't even get to give her one first poke. Because, yeah, he thought it was a good idea to date while his son was there. A first date, and you're introducing her to your kids? Fuck is wrong with you, dude? That is despicable. You need to do some deep and serious soul searching before you expose your child or even yourself to anybody out there in the dating pool. What a disaster. But I did enjoy it. I hope you did too, friends. Like, comment, sub on the video if you did. Join up on the Patreon or the YouTube memberships if you'd like to support me monthly. I'd thank you so much for either of those things. But if you can't afford it, well, life do be like that. Inflation's hell, isn't it? But you watched the video this far, and that definitely helps me out too. Before I go, I do want to remind you all that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.
何バカ何バカ